Yo, what up, what up? This is Busy Home Beat with your boy King Series. And in today's video, we are just going to do a mixing of what the beat that we made yesterday, the previous video. I would say that the previous video. So we are just going to mix it. So if you are new to the channel, please subscribe to support your boy, like and comment to this video. And your time will never be wasted, I guess. So without wasting my time, let's first listen to the beat once and for all, then we start with the mixing. Okay, so there is a beat. So what we have to do first, mixing, it's not about just EQing, compressing and reverbing, or just putting effect on it. It's all about balancing your instrument, the kick being played, and here where snare or clap or anything that is there, you hear it well and the frequencies are not crashing. So that's all about mixing, making sure that your beat is neat and clean. But sometimes we use the effect to help us with those kind of stuff so that our frequencies wouldn't crash. So what I'll do is I have to organize my instrument here. So I'll bring this one down so that I'll just get the drums and everything at the top here, the roll and the drum and everything here. So I'll first select this one, then move it to the mixer. Yeah, so 9. So let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The reason why I'm counting is because we first put the instrument here, one of the instrument there. So for us not to have it move to another side, that's why I'm counting it. So the next thing is I just move to this one to then the whole of this. So 1, 2, 3. So let me do it this way. Let me add this to 7, 8, 9, and 10. So these two then add like this. Then the next one is these two. So I will just move everything to the mixer like this. Okay, so now when we play this on your master, I have limiter there. So because I'm going to do, I have to just take it out from there. So if you listen to it, you can see that this thing is really peaking over here, and we don't want that. So the first step that I'm going to do is gain staging. That is, I'm going to level up my beat together with everything so that I will not be getting this kind of high levels over here. But first of all, what I will do is, if you look at the drum here, I did layer these two things here, right? So I would like to send both of them to one channel. So this one to 2, so that the 3 will be an empty space. So let me just take the 3 from there. Let me just move it to this side so that I will get only these tabs over there. So gain staging, what I will do first is my kick. I will start with the kick. Yes, and the kick is really playing good for me, but let's start by adding the rest. So you can see that because we've layered this the snare and other rim over here, it's really playing more than necessary. You can hear. So I will just level it up. Okay. So the most important things here is the kick, your snare, and if you are recording the vocal, those ones are the really most important things. So the rest are just supporting your beat. You get it in Afrobeat here. So this thing, I can just bring it down like this, or it depends on me what I really want. I'm just using it to support, the beat. So the kick and the snare is the one that brings the groove. You get it. Then the rest support it for us. So the rule. Let me just bring it to this. Okay. I'm just leveling everything up. Okay, so the next thing I would like to add is the bass. So let me just take the drum rolls off, and it's too much. So if you really can hear this thing, yeah, I'm doing leveling over here, but you can hear that this tom here is crashing with the bass. Look. And at the same time it's crashing with the kick. So that's where you need to know that the frequencies are crashing over there. So you have to use your EQ to do a little bit of separation. So after we finish our leveling, we'll do that. So let's do that. Okay, so okay, I guess this one the level is okay for us. And this none of them is really peaking or disturbing over here, because we did a little bit of leveling over here. We did tweak the volumes over here, so I guess it's really moving on together with it. So even if you check the master track, it's still peaking, right? But what matters is you just have to have some headroom for your mastering. But if okay, so if I'm supposed to do you, let's finish with the level. So if you check this, and if I add the snare and everything, it pushes it up. You get it? So what you do is, sometimes people will just still bring the volume down, but I guess the most important thing here is putting an effect on it so that you don't peak. I would like to use what we call, let me do it this way. No, this is not what I'm looking for. Come on, you can use compressor or let me put it on categories. Okay, so that I'm going to use Transient Processor to tighten it up. You can use compressor too to do that and stuff, but I feel like, where is it? Transient Processor. Okay, for me not to waste time, let's search it over here. Fruit Transient Processor. Okay, so I just want to tighten it up. Okay, because I put this effect on it, you can see that the level has really turned up. So if I'm supposed to take it from there, you can see that it has really gone down again. Okay, so you just have to reduce that volume because it has added some volume to it after tightening it. Okay, and you shouldn't be too much concerned about the decibels and stuff. That one doesn't really necessarily matter. Sometimes you can see that it is peaking, but it's not really playing hard, so you shouldn't focus on that really much. let's bring it down a little bit and so tighten it down. Okay, it's okay. Then let's add the rest. Okay, it's normal over there. So the thing that I can do over here after the leveling is for my thumb not to crash with, what is it? Okay. So let me put it here. The thumb not to crash with the bass and this. Get it? I would like to use the EQ to separate the frequencies a little bit. So my frequency is a little bit. So let me do it this way so that you could understand me very well. So this is the EQ for the tom. Let me put it here and put an EQ on the bass for you to check something here. Okay, so let's see, let me reset this to its normal position. Yes, so check. You can see that some of it is being played, and check this one too. You get it? Yeah, so you see that you can do something like this just to separate it, bringing it down a little bit, because I guess that part too is where let's put an EQ on the kick to check. Okay, so now this is what we are having now. The kick here, then 8 to 8 and around 1 decibels, 136. So if you check 136 here, you can see that's where the kick 2 is really being played there, and this is where the tom is being played. You can see 136. So we just separate that part from there, and we can cut some so that the bass wouldn't be conflicting with that. Okay. Okay. Okay, so that's what I really want to tell you. Not necessarily mean each and every time put EQ on it, but I was putting it on it so that you can see one or two things there. If you really want a hard hitting, like a very heavy kick, you can use this this plugin here to get a very heavy kick. Please turn down your volume so that you can hear how heavy it's going to be. Because we are not doing very detailed mixing here, because I have to do some referencing with the kind of track that I really want. So for copyright purposes, we are just doing so that we can get a clean sound, so you can hear. So I can just do something like this, and you can see that I'm peaking over there. So I'll just bring the volume of this thing down so that my kick will be very heavy and the way I want it. You get it? So probably I can just leave it like this. Still bring the volume down a little bit. Okay. So at this point, I like to do sidechaining to this, the bass and sidechain the bass to my kick. So fruity limiter. So this, and let me compare. So let me just take this. Okay, this waveform here you are seeing here is the kick, right? Is the kick. So you are just trying to say that the kick should be in, the bass should go down whenever the kick comes inside. So using our ratio, our knee and our threshold. Okay. I feel like let me add the rest and see. Sounds great, nice. Like you hear the bass and you also hear the kick. You hear the knock of the kick. The kick is knocking. You can hear the kick, you can hear the bass and still hear the tom a little bit. So I think the next thing here is this. I wanted to add, because of this has because you're having a very heavy bass inside, I like to EQ this part, our piano. I would like to EQ the bass from there. No, not this. I like to EQ the bass from there so that we separate it from okay. I just don't want it to conflict with okay. My target is to hear every bit of everything over there. And let's add our pad. Let me try and make this stereo and see. Let me make our piano stereo and see. Okay. It depends. You can also use stereo shaper over here. Just to make your sound very wide. So stereo. So through to stereo shaper here. But let me use the enhancer rather. Through to stereo enhancer. Okay, this one. And see, let me just put this one to its normal position. Okay. Okay. So the next thing is I would like to dock one of these to the right side here. Then I'll just name it Reverb, so that I can let my pianos and some of the instruments have spaces within the beat. Whenever an artist is just adding a vocal to it. So my wet really high and my dry down. Let me cut some of this and a very big. Bring the decay around 1.7 and see. So I'll just route this one to this. reduce it. Okay, very nice. And with this too, let's use the EQ to separate some of the frequencies. I mean the low ends. A little bit of reverb. Okay, so the last instrument over here is and it is really dry. So let's cut some of the frequencies. I've panned it to the left side. And it's really dry. Let's give it a reverb. Well, let me see some delay here. There's delay. Okay. You can bury it inside the beat here at the background. So we can really hear every bit of instrument here. That's what we want really in the beat here. So the mixing that we want is for everything to sound clean. You can hear everything well, they are not crashing, and you know what I'm talking about. So to listen to everything here, this is what we have now. Nice one. So at this point, I guess everything is sounding clean for me. So the next thing we just have to move on is what? Arrangement. How you arrange your beat matters the most. Yes. But if you like to, for this snare here, you can add a reverb to it, I guess, to give it some kind of live instrument. You get it? A little bit of reverb, around, let's say, 5%. So we didn't really hear it well. Okay, let me say around 10%. So okay, so for time purposes, this will be the part 2 of it. That is the mixing part. So the part 3 is going to be whereby we are just going to master it. After that, then we arrange the beat and listen to it after all, then see how far we've come. You get it? So I'd like to end here for you guys. I hope you did learn 1 or 2 things from here. Most of the time in mixing, you just have to do some kind of reference in here so that you can know that this is where you are getting to, not that you are just putting effect or just doing anything on your own just like that. Okay, so enough of the talking. I guess you learn everything, and subscribe to support your boy. If you like my video, comment to this, and I hope we can move on. Thank you for supporting your boy, and I'm out. Let's listen to it once and for all, then move on.